All right, so good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to Boston by Night. Ooh. Where Alice lives, but not really. No. Alice will wake as she usually does. Bleh. As she usually does. In her usual bed. In her usual PJs. And might pause to reflect on how odd that is. Except that that's just kind of how it always goes. And so, there are a few things that stand out as contrary to normal. Among them, the fact that she doesn't immediately reach out to snag her phone. Or more accurately, she does reach out and realize it's not there. Shit. Shit, her phone. Fuck. Shakes her head a bit and goes ahead and, pulls off the blanket, puts herself up, doesn't bother with changing, but slips her feet into her slippers. And Fuzzy Slippers, armed, will just kind of comb her hair out of her face and just bumble right on out into the hall. And with a glance in either direction, and a shrug, heads for the banister. To glance over as she always does, expecting to see Polo in his chair, expecting to see, well, whoever else happens to be around.
You don't see Polo, but you do see the signs of Polo was there at one point. That type of thing.
The folded newspaper.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, she'll take a second to kind of pitch an ear both up and down, just kind of see who's where, really.
You can hear noise coming down from downstairs, definitely. Further down, close to where close to the basement.
Yeah, fuck it. That is where people are, and she needs a people. So, again, just kind of rifling her hair. She putters down the steps in her slippers and just kind of follows the magical noise. See who she runs into.
You do run into. You can hear as you come downstairs, padding away in your little slippers. You do hear the sounds of two men arguing quite intensely.
There's a faint brown it.
Listen, Christoph, mate. A shotgun is better than a fucking revolver, mate. But it's not about revolver, it's about reliability. You see, shotguns can jam, revolver doesn't. You can always hit him with it, it's fine. Mate, it's fucking stupid, mate. It's fucking daft, mate. I'm just saying, I know more guns than you do. And then they seem to be arguing. They're at the kind of just the entrance to one of Niall's little parts of the house.
There's like a pause, some consideration. But she hasn't spent as much time with these two as with almost any of the others. And she finally kind of shrugs and goes, fuck it. Because, seriously, what's the worst that could happen? And, just comes strolling around the corner.
Do you say anything?
Once she is inside, I'll be like, hey guys.
There's like a whirl. Both pull guns on you. Like, ugh!
There's a pause.
The one known as Christoph pulls this massive fucking hand cannon of a revolver right at you. Anthony lifts up a fucking shotgun, like.
Okay. Well, point made.
Oh, it is. Ah, ooh. Ah, fuck me, love. And they both look at each other. And they put the guns down slowly, hiding them behind their backs.
Just slowly transition them behind the back. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I keep pausing to see if you're talking because you're kind of cutty outy. You're not like awful. Just I want to make sure before I start talking because I don't hear as much of the initial little noise.
Okay. Any better?
Yes.
So, no, they don't say anything. They kind of just stare at you awkwardly. You can totally see the guns hiding behind their back.
I don't suppose if either of you know if anyone went to the fucking like I don't know Apple store or that would be awesome.
The older one kind of looks at you exactly with the expression that I have in the picture.
Blink.
The one on the left. Apple store. It's time. He walks over to his suitcase, flicks open the suitcase, turns and looks at you, looks you up and down. Reaches inside the suitcase and he pulls out a revolver, reverses and hands it to you. There you go.
What? Oh. She doesn't refuse it. She is no good with a gun, but she's still like it has been thrust into her hands and she just kind of takes it like blink.
It's heavy. It's heavy.
She starts to open her mouth to make a comment and pauses because she pistol whipped this man once and feels it would be kind of inappropriate to comment on how you could beat a man to death with this thing because it's heavy. So there's like the mouth kind of opens and she pauses and blinks a few times. Thank you? I'm not especially familiar. Oh.
Holds up his fingers. The weight is reliability. You see? Draws his gun dramatically from behind his back.
She produces kind of a weak smile because his enthusiasm is pretty charming, let's be fair.
And you can always beat the person to death with it.
Kind of a pause and the kind of half little wince, like where you pull up your shoulders the tiniest bit.
Raises another finger. Especially if you're in dire circumstances. The eyes go wide with the bug-eyed stare like, yes! Yes!
You are not wrong. Yeah, that is...
But you must let Niall and Ivy know that I gave you the gun. Me! Gets really intense in your face.
That she just kind of looks a little bewildered. Like she's not even quite gone enough to backpedal. She's just like, oh, well, this is happening in my personal space, and that's better than some alternatives I've discovered lately.
Then this gentleman on the right kind of pushes him back. Now, mate, you can't give a lady a fucking revolver, mate. Turns. Alice, love. Hello, love. I'm Anthony. Shake.
Shaken, not stirred. Officially.
Hands are over. See, love, you want these. Puts 2 knuckle dusters in her hand. Elegance, love. Like a lady.
I don't love that they're both handing her things she doesn't have any thoughts in. But, again, these have now been put in her hands, and she just kind of regards them like, oh, this too has happened.
They see it actually has written on them Alice Brigham on the knuckle dusters.
Oh God. I didn't know you could monogram these. Just...
Oh, love. Special service, love.
Oh. Well, now I have 2 things to get better at. Oh. Both of these would have been good things to have. I should plan better for potentially imminent violence. Just regarding, the knuckles in one hand, revolver in the other. Knuckles in one hand, revolver in the other. Like, oh God.
Pats her on the shoulder. See, love? Preparation. Pat, pat, pat. You know what I mean?
Woof, woof. Like, ugh.
Now, love, what the fuck are you doing down there?
Uh, well, I was kind of hoping that maybe somehow some part of my phone survived and thought I would ask. And I heard you guys talking, so I mean, I didn't see anyone else. And,
Oh, you need a phone, do you, love? You need a phone. That's a really intense stare. I can get your phone. Get your phone real quick.
blank.
Christoph like Igan, you know. Stroking that big, thick, grey beard.
Would this phone be legally gained?
That puts a finger on her lips. Up. Don't ask questions, love. That's how the guidelines are broken. You don't pokes her lip with his finger.
Bleh.
Ask questions, love. What do we not do?
But wouldn't questions make it possible to plan? And planning's part of the guidelines.
I mean, that's literally, imagine that picture literally zoom in your face.
Slowly and back.
Love, don't ask questions. That's how they know the plan.
Oh,
Do you want to know the plan? Do you? Do you? Eyes narrow immediately.
okay. Well, no questions then. Got it.
Immediately, suddenly, straight up and smiling.
She just looks dazed. Like,
I will be back in 20 minutes. Slap, slap, slap. Run, moves it quickly off, you know, putting his own knuckle dusters on his hands.
oh dear.
Meanwhile, this guy's just staring at you. That exact expression on the left.
She glances over. So he knows phones can be traced, right?
We have situation for that.
Oh,
It will be under a different name. You have to get used to calling yourself something different. Yes.
Okay. She's just you know what? Okay.
Is there anything else you need? Would you like a gun?
I now possess a gun.
Good. Make sure Ivy and I know I give it to you. My guns are best guns.
Okay.
No one says better guns than me. No one gets really suddenly serious. No one.
You know what? I believe you. I'm not even. I would never even question it. Besides, you know more about guns than I do, so clearly you would be the guy who knew.
I do. Thank you much for acknowledging my greatness. Nods.
You are very welcome.
Is there anything else you want then?
She finally has a moment where she glances between them.
I mean, one's gone.
I mean, the stuff in her hands is like, well, okay, the pajamas have pockets, so that solves one problem. But now I need to walk around the house carrying a really, really gigantic revolver. And that, you know what? I'm not even mad. So she at least stows the knuckles for the moment, kind of juggling to get one in either pocket, and finally kind of glances up. Is this thing loaded?
Yes. I haven't got my guns. Oh, it is loaded just in case.
Okay. She proceeds to kind of look this thing over. And God bless her. Where's the safety?
Oh, you have not cocked the hammer back. You're fine.
Oh. Oh. That's actually really cool.
It is.
I'm not gonna lie, that's actually really cool.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, it is. Guns are cool.
I mean, this one certainly is.
It is, yes. The guns are cool. Yes, yes, yes.
Um,
Door to the basement swings open then.
Oh,
As you were saying something.
he's just like, no shit. The next thing was gonna be like, so as soon as she got a word in edgewise, it's gonna be like, so is Niall home? And the door opens. She's like, oh,
Hello, love.
hey,
You alright, love? How's my
um,
put his arm around you? Big cheery smile.
she at least seems moderately reassured. Actually, she has no problem with this. Oh, well, actually, hook an arm up in return. The one not holding the very
Oh,
loaded revolver.
oh, look at that, Christoph. Oh, Christoph, mate, you shouldn't have, mate. Rubs Alice's hair like he's so proud.
It was
What?
a very sweet gesture.
He worked on it all week, love. Look, see? Look at him. He has this most innocent puppy dog old man face.
Worked on it.
Yeah, he makes him, love.
Oh shit! Really? Like looking over at him.
Puppy dog face intensifies. Yes. I make best gun.
Can I hug you?
No.
Okay,
I do
well
not.
then.
Christoph does not do hugs. Hugs are too sensitive. I get fuzzy.
Oh, well then. Thank you very much.
Now I'll whisper into your ear. He's very sensitive, love.
I can't even cope right now. She just.
Mom. Anyway, love, let's leave Christoph to his sensitivity, and we'll why don't we go in your room for a change? My office is getting a bit crowded, love.
Oh,
Too
okay.
much work.
Why not? Fuck it. Let's go.
Starts whistling as he's walking.
For what it's worth, she's happy to stay looped under his arm. At least so far as the staircase, because that would be awkward and potentially deadly.
Nell gets a call. You hear the other person go, bonjour, and he's like, Anthony, mate, what have you... Oh, mate, you got the phone. Perfect, mate. Just be gentle, mate. Like Riverdance, mate. Hangs up.
Blink.
Doesn't say anything to you as he entered when you finally enter your room, and he just sits on the bed, lighting the cigarette.
And she is not unsettled enough to need to lock and unlock the door several times over at the moment. She just close it. And she will go and promptly set the revolver on her lovely little bedside table. And then pull out the knuckle dusters. And also set them on the bedside table. And then promptly flop down into a sit right next to Niall.
You alright, love? Gives her a big smile.
No.
Okay, well. Cracks his knuckles. Did Polo annoy you again?
What? No, Polo's adorable.
Right. Did Georgina annoy you? Because I'll hit her with a shovel, love.
She ponders that one for a pause, like, I mean, it's not why I'm not okay.
Oh,
Oh,
but she did annoy you, though, love.
I wish you would stop hitting Lydia.
Oh, so would I, love. Don't worry. I got a plan for that.
Can I be involved in that plan?
Oh, love. Of course you can.
Thank you.
Why don't you just start making her a bit unnerved, love? Confront her. I'll do the rest, love. You give out to her all you want. Give her the best rant you got, love.
Okay, I will
Then you let me do the rest. Love. Can't. Principle. Lydia's a lovely girl. And Georgina, well, there comes a time when even the most civil man, love, just, mate, can't handle it, mate. I don't like getting aggressive, love. Don't like getting aggressive.
I just like I'm sure they don't get along for some sort of legitimate reason, but the black eyes are too much. Rubs her face. But while technically yes, no.
All right, then, love. Well, then let's break it down, love.
I don't know what's real. Kind of just turns and stares at him with like it really is like a puppy dog hopeful face. Like save me. And I'm not okay.
All right, all right, all right. When did this start happening, love? Like, when did it get worse, like?
Like kind of rubs the back of her head thoughtfully, like night before last?
And any other times before that?
Not
Be honest with me now, love. Be honest with me.
not the same way.
But still something similar.
Uh yeah.
All right, all right. Okay.
Actually there was a really bad one. But I that one I'm pretty sure I know wasn't real.
You sure?
I hope so. I just yeah. I know it's not real because Ivy's not like that, so the other one
Is
can't.
Ivy holds up the
Yeah.
hand. What she do, love?
Uh,
No, it's very important, love. What she do?
uh, she said I'd abandoned her.
Taps his knuckles and cracks it, rubs his face. When exactly was this now, love?
Oh, you know how sometimes I stay out for the day, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. No, I do. You
It
be
was.
doing that a lot lately, love. Doing that a lot lately.
I know. But I talked to her before I did it. I asked her if she minded if I spent time with Alec. And
Mm-hmm.
oh, oh, I just saw the message. I'm sorry.
Okay, so did you
But
come? You came home?
yeah. And she kind of squints, trying to, pull up the memory, like recall what happened. There were people in the house with masks on, and they chased me and they freaked me out. And I ran into Ivy's room because everything was wrong. But then Ivy was wrong. She looked like she'd been crying, and I thought that she was mad or sad.
Was there anyone else there?
Uh, no, I don't think so.
You sure now, love? Was there anyone else there in the room with her?
Uh,
Anyone at all from all the gang? Was there anyone at all?
she starts kind of
Anyone?
racking her brain. I I don't think so. There wasn't even anyone outside the door. There was just the men with the masks in the hall.
All right, all right. Nods to himself.
And,
Looking to the side as then Nisha starts nodding.
yeah, it was just her on the bed. Surrounded by needles.
All right, all right.
And yeah, I don't remember. It just, I don't want her to think I'm leaving her alone.
She doesn't think that, love.
Are you sure?
Positive. She doesn't think that. Oh, she worries about you. Yeah, of course. Like any good mother would. She doesn't think you're leaving her. She gets a bit worried because, well, you were fucking Toreador, mate. Nice guy. Alex, a lovely guy, mate. Sweetest guy in the world. I'm pretty.
Wait, we're not. Oh, fucking.
But, love. I don't need to know, love. Ugh. Love, too much.
You
Love.
said that?
Love.
You brought it up.
You're like a daughter. Love. Don't put that, love. You're like a daughter, love. Do not put that there, love. That is that. It's almost love, mate. It's almost like he's about to go into foghorn mode.
Okay.
Against guidelines, love. That is close to violating the guidelines, love. That is a territory that we're not going to go, love. Point I'm trying to make is, she's just concerned because when you meet one Toreador, you meet 5 different Toreador. They're all just as pretty and they're all just as devious. Now, Alex is a lovely boy. Great, mate. He's fucking lovely. But his family, you know? So we're just, like any person would be, we're worried, love.
No, I'm seeing.
But she doesn't think you're leaving her. Not my Ivy. No way. She's had a rough couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Pats her knee.
But that one stood out and she kind of squints, didn't seem right. But then the other night I was talking to Alec and he didn't make me upset, but I got upset talking about, things. And he sent me home. But on the way I stopped at my mom's house. And it was empty, like no one had been there since, and I walked through it. I went through, everything was just how I left it. I went and got something out of her room. She actually kind of glances around in a concerned fashion because she's not sure where it is at this point. But I went into my room and there's a card on the bed from Ivy. It was, a get well soon card. And it was to me. And I was looking around and one of my DVD collection was missing on the shelf. And so I reached up. Well, I was looking to see what it was. And while I was looking, I saw a light. There's a camera in the gap where the disc was missing. I found the camera and I pulled it down. And I went back and watched the video. And Polo put it there. I saw in the footage because it had to be playing before he put it up. And he put it up there. And he took the DVD I was missing and he, I guess, swapped it and put it in a drawer in my room. So I turned off the camera and I got the missing DVD, and I opened it, and there was a disc in there, and it wasn't A Nightmare on Elm Street. It was, a blank one like you buy and record on. So I pocketed it, and I grabbed the card, I grabbed the camera, and I came home. And I asked Polo when I came in. I even showed him the camera, and he didn't remember putting it there. And I mean, I'm not mad. He doesn't seem to remember a lot. But I came up here, and she points over to one of the outlets, and I plugged it in over there using my phone charger because it had been on a backup battery for like months now, right? So I plugged it in, and I got my laptop, set it over there, and I put in the disc, and it was a message from Ivy to me. It was like she expected me to go back to my mom's house sometime and find it. And like it meant something. So I took the disc out, put it back in the case. I took the card, went to talk to Ivy. And no one was outside. And I opened the door, and I left it open. I went in to talk to her. And I showed her the card, but it changed. And I'd opened it, I'd looked at it. But when I handed it to her, she opened it as if the envelope had never been opened, it had been sealed, and the writing was wrong. I never wrote in it.
Oh, what the writing say?
It, instead of being from Ivy to me, I guess about my mom, it was from me to her, saying that I hoped she felt better because she'd been down. And it's not that I wouldn't do it, but I didn't. And then I went to, I tried to show her that first, thinking, she would understand what I was talking about, but then the card was wrong. So we put in the disc, and I was worried because she was down and I didn't want her to be upset by it. But when we played it, it was just A Nightmare on Elm Street. It wasn't the disc she left me at all. And I even pulled it out of the DVD player, and it went from being a blank one to being the disc from the pack with, the pictures on it and everything. And that's wrong.
Right. All right. Takes off his top hat and rubs his hair. All right. How did Ivy react?
She didn't know why I was upset.
All right. Okay.
She said to talk to you. But, I freaked out, and I went back to Mom's house, and there were people living there. There were cars in the driveway. I'd been there, an hour before?
It was actually your mom.
It wasn't our car. I didn't look, because the first time I was there, there were no cars.
First mistake, love. Always check.
Wow, Mom's dead.
So you didn't tell me that bit, love.
She just kind of blinks at him. Niall, the night Mom died is when Ivy adopted me.
Few processes weren't explained, love. Nods his head like, now I understand. I don't ask Ivy about that kind of stuff. It gets her upset.
No, I understand.
Right. Is your dad still alive? Does he live with your mum?
She just shoots in this glance like, but why? He's alive, I think, but no, he didn't live with us. We moved here to get away from him.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense why you twitch so much, love.
Twitch. Just like looks down at her hands like.
He gives you the most surprisingly like fatherly rub of the shoulder. It's alright, love. I get it.
I mean, ironically, she leans into him.
So, first things first, love. What you do in those situations is you do one thing and one thing only. You always check your facts. You bring Polo in the next time and you show him the DVD going, what is that? Get him to name it out and speak it to you every single time, love. That way you know it's real.
I mean, I showed him the camera and then
That you
he
show him
didn't
the
remember
video.
it. And then, yeah, I showed him. I showed him the video of him putting it there. And then when I came back later and asked if he remembered me showing him the camera, he said no.
Then, you know what you do? You put your hand on Polo.
What?
Sometimes, right? Sometimes things that appear in front of you aren't really there. For example, the reason why I'm holding on to you so much and doing this, you're real, love. I can feel you.
Is that easy?
Listen, if
How
it
do you
was
know
really a
when
thing,
people aren't real?
because they don't want you to touch them. Or they make up reasons for you not to touch them. Why would they want to do that? Why would you not want to hug me?
What about, like, I don't know. What about, like, Georgia? I don't feel like she's very touchy-feely.
George is different, you see. I know Georgia because if Georgia suddenly starts punching Lydia, then how will I know she's real? If Georgia doesn't give out to Lydia, how will I not know she's real? You see, you establish a routine, love. If the routine changes, then they're not real.
Have you ever had someone touch you and still not be real?
They normally pass through me, love, when they touch me.
She, again, like, nests up closer up into his side, under his arm.
It's all about the guidelines, love. Gotta think. Gotta think, use your head. Because it's very easy to just go, oh yeah, no, fuck it. Gotta think smart, love.
Why
Gotta
would
play
I
it.
think anyone wasn't real?
Because sometimes they aren't, love. It's the way of things. Sometimes it's the way it is. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's not anyone's fault. Sometimes it just taps the side of his head. So all gets a bit too much, and your mind just goes, there it is.
I went into the house.
You probably did, love. But did you check it? Did you double check everything in the house? Did you? Did you really? Did you really?
I think so. I mean, I touched it. I touched things in the house. I moved things.
That means you didn't, love. If you can answer it, I think so, then it didn't happen.
I don't know how else to check a house is real besides touching it.
Bills.
I looked.
Did you? You said you think so a minute ago.
I did look for bills. There were even warnings of the utilities being shut off because the bills weren't being paid.
Did you bring the copies with you?
No.
Oh, there you go, love.
But I brought the camera. I brought the bracelet.
Doesn't matter. You didn't bring the copies of the bills. You didn't bring anything related to the house. You didn't back up your facts, love. Guidelines, mate.
Did I
Always
just
check.
walk into someone's house?
Could have done for all you know, love. That is why. Guidelines rule number 576, love. Always check your facts.
It-
I should probably bump that down a bit. It's actually more common sense than you think.
Just starts rubbing her face.
It's a bit daunting. You rub her arm. Listen,
Then where was I?
that's the question you gotta ask yourself, isn't it?
And how do I even know which one was actually real?
Did you go into the family house?
No.
There you go then, love. Stands up, stretches his back. Sometimes you got a double check. Sometimes you got a triple check. And sometimes you got a 4 times check. Now, Ivy doesn't get it like we do, love. Not her fault. Doesn't mean she's any less different than we are. But she just doesn't get it the way we do get it. Now she understands. And she's great. She's 1 in a million. But she'll never truly hear them all. And we'll never truly understand why she is the way she is. But we'll still help her and we'll still feel together.
And what did she mean by... Like, I don't even care if it was real. What would it mean if she said it was time to remember the nightmare?
Licks his lips. And when did she say this?
She said it on the disc.
And did you ask her about it?
She was really kind of down
Love,
and worried, and
what
I
did
didn't
that-
want to make it worse.
Love.
She already
love.
had an arm. She
Yep.
already has an arm bandaged.
Holds up his hand. What did I just say?
I touched her. She was real. I
Yeah,
know she was real.
But you didn't ask the question, did you, love?
Didn't want to make it worse.
And then by making it worse, you just made it worse, love, because now you're doubting if Ivy's real. But you didn't ask the question, love. You didn't check your facts. For example, case in point, follow me.
Okay. She just will.
Just opens the door, walks through the house, whistling, walks upstairs.
Just follows. Like a fucking duckling. Just do.
Approaches the door, knocks on it 5 times, knocks on another 5 times, nods to himself like it's the door, and waits. This is your cue, Tom, if you want to be in this scene. Turns back to Alice.
You fucking dick.
I assumed you guys were communicating this in advance.
It's the dumbest shit.
I was improvising. You're good at that.
I am. I just need to give me a minute. 'Cause I wasn't. Alright. Alright. Hold on. Alright, okay. Get in there. Alright, so. First of all, rewind. You, shit, wrong picture. You, motherfucker. Unless you want to see Modus in this goddamn scene. Alright. First of all, you make it up there. And naturally, as always, there's a stool outside. Sat on the stool. Don't even have my camera open. It's George. She sits there.
Stop. Now it stops in the hallway.
Blank.
She's just on her phone, sat in front of the door.
Oh, fuck me, it's her garden today. Alright, no, alright. Remember, smooth and casual. Smooth and casual. Smooth and casual. Alright, on 3. Looks at Alice. Looks across and to his right. Nods to himself. Needs to walk over, if you're following.
I mean, she's still following. She's just giving him that look of, are you telling me or are you telling yourself? Because nothing is smooth and casual right now. But no, she just continues following.
Hello, Georgia love.
She turns, looks up, smiles. Hey.
Eyes narrow immediately.
Her eyes narrow as well.
It's not Ivy in.
What?
It's Ivy in there.
Yes.
Good.
Okay.
Great.
Fantastic.
Why'd you smile at me?
Am I not allowed to smile at you?
No, you never know when you smile at me, love. It's suspicious.
Why are you asking questions about it?
Because it's weird, love. It's not part
Why
of
are
the
you
routine.
being weird?
Oh my god, I'm
Right.
going in.
No, love. Hold up. Hold up.
No, no.
A pause.
Where's Lydia? Love.
Downstairs. Mate.
I twitch like she used the word.
Priorities?
This is priorities, love. It's a double check. Right. Alice wants to tell you something.
Looks
Georgia.
at us.
She just looks at Niall like, why? Why right now?
What?
Takes a second. Rubs her face again. She is, for once, still in her PJs. Like the whole shebang. Didn't even bother putting on, like, her normal shirt and pants. Admittedly, her shirt and pants, actually, they're probably washed by now. But still, just kind of glances over to Georgia. And there's none of the, I'm going to compose myself. She just kind of looks at her and goes, stop punching Lydia.
Okay.
Glances back at Niall, like, well,
You still look like I'm proud of you.
can I go in now?
Yeah, sure. We brought us up as a complaint, Georgia. We had to do this the official way. It's all part of the guidelines. Hope you understand, love.
Kind of narrows her eyes.
Narrows back as he's knocking the door.
She just slides over out the way. You know, she's not blocking the door, but kind of stood next to it. Just kind of like takes the step back.
By the way, love, you got something there
Where?
in your face.
Where? And picks up the phone, looking at her face. Where?
Cheek, love.
Looks at her cheek. Looks at the other one. I don't see it. What are you talking about?
Do you see it, love? Looks over at Alice.
She like looks at Georgia, looks at him, looks at Georgia, squints a little. Yeah, right there.
Where?
Kind of like picks up the hand to do the little pointy gesture, you know, like right, roughly there.
Looks at her phone. Pulls down at her, like the bottom part of her chin to like kind of stretch the skin a bit. Like, I don't see it. Where? Where? What is it?
Steps kind of forward, just like the little half step. Like, you want me to just get it?
Where is it? Where is it?
Here, I'll just, you know, she kind of stretches out the hand in offering, not trying to like force contact, just like, you know, just the little finger curl of like, yeah, just come here and I'll.
Kind of like backs away. Why? What? No. What?
Oh, okay, fine.
Huh?
I mean, if you're okay
Where
with
is
that.
it? Just where is it? Where
Told
is
you,
it?
love. It's on your face.
Where? I don't see it. You
Just go look in the
fucking-
mirror, love.
you
I'm
fucking-
love. I'd never do that.
Narrows eyes.
Go ask Polo.
Fine. I will. Storms off. Teenage tantrum style.
Looks over his shoulder.
Looks also over her shoulder. Glances at Niall again.
Should be alright.
Was that part of the double check, or was that what was it? What even was that?
That was part of the guidelines, mate.
Part of the guidelines. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. Stop asking questions. Knocks on the door again. Opening it.
Room's dark. TV's on.
Alice gonna slip in behind. Close the door. Pause. Squint at it really hard. And more for her own sake, kind of pops it just open. Like, so it's not latched, but it's pushed to the frame.
Yeah, you
And,
see Ivy. She's lying down.
Yeah, gravitates to the
beautiful.
couch. Hey.
She doesn't really seem to react. She's more kind of like staring bug-eyed at the TV.
You like glances over at Niall again, like double checking every action.
Comes over very slowly. Ivy.
What?
Oh, love.
Oh. Hey.
You alright?
Yeah. I'm fine. What's up?
Ah, love.
Half a smile. Sits up on the sofa, cross-legged. What's up?
I wanted to ask you something.
All right.
Can I sit with you first?
Why, has something bad happened?
It's just part of all the stuff that was wrong before.
And she just nods.
Then yeah, she actually very much wants to, and thus will come around to plop down next to her. If you were going to tell me that it was time to remember the nightmare, what would that mean? God damn it.
Kind of, yeah, it's not, doesn't scrunch the face, but kind of like, quirks the mouth a bit, like she's thinking. You see the brows narrow. I remember the nightmare? I don't know. You haven't had any nightmares, have you?
What was the first bit?
You haven't had any nightmares, have you?
I'm not sure, honestly. At this point, it's getting kind of weird. And I don't even know if it really happened. But you said it was time to remember the nightmare.
Kind of just pulls up a bandaged hand, the right hand, and scratches the side of her cheek a little bit. I don't know what you mean. I mean, if you had nightmares, you'd tell me, right?
If I knew there were nightmares, yeah.
So I said this?
Yeah.
I don't think I said that. When did I say that?
You remember night before last when I said you left me a message?
Yeah.
And it wasn't there.
Yeah.
But I did see it. And that was part of what you said.
What?
It was the part that really... It's the part that was the reason I came to talk to you about it.
I don't know why I would say something like that. I mean, I wouldn't normally. Don't, we don't really have
I'm gonna bring it here.
nightmares or dreams. All right, you can pin it.
It occurs to me that I need to prompt that myself.
You do. She looks confused.
Is it perception subterfuge to try to tell if she's being dishonest, or is it just peony?
Peony.
Okay, then yeah, it's
Peony.
just...
She looks confused. That's the main thing you're getting from that. She's not entirely sure what you mean.
I just know that out of all the things you said in that message, that was the one that kind of scared me. And that was the one I didn't understand. And I thought I'd come talk to you about it and I'd show you.
So hold on. That's fine. So, what did I say exactly? She used to kind of rubs her temples.
There were other things you said, but that was the only one that word for word stuck, was that I had to remember the nightmare.
She rubs her temples. The kind of like, you get the idea she's thinking, the kind of like, maybe she's, she gets headaches quite a lot, especially when she's in this kind of mood. And then she stops. And when I say stop, she doesn't just stop, massaging the side of her temples with the middle finger and index finger on both sides. She slows down to a point, and her arms slowly drop to the side.
Ivy should reach out and go to lightly touch her shoulder.
She doesn't say anything.
A concerned glance up at Niall, who's been so quiet this whole fucking time.
He'll slowly kneel down in front of her. Ivy, love.
Blank stare.
I don't know what to do. She's kind of looking back and forth between them, you know, checking one for expression, just checking the other for any emotion at all, really.
Niall will reach up and touch Ivy's face very softly with the end of his thumb, like rubbing at one of the sides of her cheek.
She jumps backwards, just kind of like, hunched over, cross-legged, to kind of like straight back almost instantly.
Hey, it's all right, love. It's only Niall. It's only me. Lifts up both his hands.
No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no,
Maybe.
no,
Ivy, love.
no.
It's all right, love.
It's not all right. It's not all right.
What's wrong?
Rebecca.
She jumps over the back of the couch.
Oh, stands up.
She goes running for the door.
Yeah, Niall's chasing after her.
Admittedly, Alice is not sure. And honestly isn't sure she wants to interpose herself at this point, so she's kind of anxiously following the both of them instead of diving straight for the door.
Now she's sprinting.
Yep. Niall's full pelt.
So Alice, as you casually walk behind them,
She's following. She's just not trying to get in the way.
all right. So as you're following, you even like as soon as Niall's at the door, you hear as someone's running down those stairs, heavy-footed. You see Niall. By the time even you get to the top.
Fucking Lydia, go B, Lydia. Do you know what I mean? As he's running down the stairs.
Yeah. She's even going to ditch the slippers before she starts pelting down after them. Can't afford to eat shit right now.
As Alice, you make your way down, running. You can even hear like the slamming of doors, like kind of around the corner. You see Niall dart off to the right,
following.
And he obviously turns the corner to the left as he gets to the end of that hallway. And first thing you hear straight away, just as you're about to turn the corner as well, is a smashing of glass.
Is Niall already like through a door, or
Niall's disappeared around the corner? So as you're about to turn the corner left, because it goes. This is so you run past your room.
Mm-hmm.
It's the right way, so it's got a left turn,
and
you just hear as you're about to turn that corner, like
from that direction, I assume.
Yep.
Yeah, she turns the corner.
And all you can hear is Tom is not going to replicate it as he normally would because people are sleeping in his house and it's still 5 a.m. But you just hear Ivy screaming at the top of her lungs, let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out, as Niall's just trying well, what is Nell trying to do? She
First is trying to.
sorry,
Yeah, go ahead.
she
You-
tried to jump clearly through the window, but you've seen this window before, Alice. It's had bars on the outside.
Thank
You
God.
kind of get the click of you maybe know why those bars are there now.
At first, you hear him calmly, because I can't shout or scream or do anything. You first hear him calmly trying to reassure her. And by the time Alice gets around the corner, he's again not with any sort of aggressiveness holding Ivy's hand. She's screaming. Eventually, he will say, just calm down, love. Nice and quiet. Nice and quiet. All right? Alice, love, why don't you just come up behind her, love? That's it. Ivy, look at me. It's all right. It's all right. Niall's here, mate. It's all right. We got everything's off nice and quiet. Everything's nice and quiet.
The hand, how hard's his grip, Torna?
Not very, very soft, very gentle.
She pulls out straight away, starts running back down the hallway, and sees Alice. You see she's stopped, like kind of skids on her heels a bit. You see blood like pouring from her eyes. It's not just the single tear. It's just like her eyes are almost bleeding, essentially.
She kind of puts just to kind of forestall more of this. Just kind of puts her hands up and a little bit to either side, just hopefully to discourage just diving around her. Like, Ivy, please,
What do you want with me? Just let me go.
I just want to understand.
Just let me go.
Love.
Let me out of this fucking
It's all
place.
right.
How'd you
We'll
like
let
you?
Out. We'll let you out in a minute, love. We just need to double check something. Remember that last time?
I'm not going back in the chair. I'm not going back in the chair.
You're not
I'm
go-
not doing it.
no one's putting you in the chair, love. No one's putting you in the chair, all right? I promise.
I'm not
I know you're
going
not.
back.
I know you're not.
I'm not going back.
You're not. Because who rescued you?
She starts to drop down to her knees.
He'll follow her down slowly, watching Alice as well.
Alice's
nodding like-
resolve is so fucking shook right
Like,
now. I mean, she's doing it almost reflexively. Like as Ivy's collapsing, she's kind of trying to get down on her level.
Who rescued you and who's right here in front of you? Your daughter, love. And me. Not putting you in the chair, are we, Alice?
No.
I remember. I don't want to remember. I don't want
No,
to
we must.
remember.
I know, love, I know. It's all right. It's all right. Wraps his arms around her very slowly, very tenderly.
Just make it stop. Make it all stop.
I'm doing my best, love.
And Alice will inch forward a little bit and hold out her hand to, a length at which Ivy could reach out and touch it, but obviously he's not going to press but so hard.
She doesn't.
I'm sorry.
All right. Now, how big's that grip?
Tight at this point.
Tight. All right, that's good. That's contested then. Strength roll.
That's for him.
Unfortunately, she's been cheating this entire time.
Of course she has.
Well,
So-
right,
So is he.
that's all right then. Holy shit, she's got a good roll. I forgot about that.
Isn't all, but he's been cheating the second she took off. Give me a
He could
second while
watch.
Discord. Give me a second while Discord has a seizure.
I know, but he could botch, which
Oh, you
is
could.
the only way she's going to
Like-
get out of this.
Just give me a second while my Discord stops being a fucking asshole. Come on. Stop being slow.
So Alice, you see her actively, like, kind of, as she's kneeling down, you see the legs, like, almost like a coiled spring, like they go to like move, but Niall's grip on her is just too much, and she kind of like jumps forward, just kind of urges a bit,
Is it lurching at her or just trying to lurch out of the grip?
just lurch out of the way. She kind of goes to the left because you're in front of her, but it's doesn't get anywhere because Niall's got a good grip on her.
Grunts a bit. It's alright, love.
Ivy, please.
Didn't mean it. Didn't mean it. Sorry.
And again, she just starts screaming again, top of her lungs. Let me out! Let me out!
Ivy, you always told me home was safe. At this point, she's probably going to move to try to help Niall what little she can.
A good grip on her. Alice, love, just let her ride it out. It's the healthiest thing to do. She just needs to ride it out till she calms herself. That's all.
She's
Sure, she doesn't bite anything.
She doesn't what?
Bite anything.
Oh, Jesus.
as she's kicking, like she's furiously kicking and screaming now. As Niall's got a grip around her waist, her arms kind of pinned against her chest, but no, the legs are kicking against the floor. She's even throwing her head back, trying to hit Niall, but he's kind of hitting the top of his shoulder, kind of thing. You can't get near her, Alice. She's unless you try and grab her ankles or anything, she's kind of kicking your hands away every time. And you see, actually, no, Alice, you won't because it's behind you, but Niall will see somebody come around the corner.
You see him
Carrot.
physically, yeah. You see him brace.
I mean, she sees him brace. I assume she hears feet or something.
You would do, but it's a fluffy cockpit. Super
Okay.
soft.
Yeah, she just. Let's be fair. At this point, she's pretty engaged in what's going on, and her resolve is slipping to the point where when Ivy kicks at her, she probably kind of balks back each time. I honestly don't think she's braced for whatever is about to happen because Ivy's pretty attention grabby right now.
And it goes from the screaming of like, let me out, to a case of more of just straight just scream crying. Screaming at the top of her lungs. And Niall will see the person stood there with a certain object, just waiting.
Kind of holds up his hand. You actually also see he's holding up his hand, like, and he'll say very softly into Ivy's face, "Rebecca, love. She's not here. It's just Niall and Alice."
She's just screaming. Just completely
just-
screaming.
Brings the hand down.
So, ah! Still
is the
trying to
signal.
scream from underneath.
Yeah, which is the signal essentially when he brings the hand down for the person behind him.
And Alice, you'll see as she's kicking and screaming. You're trying to grab hold of her ankles to a point just to kind of position her. You see Lydia kind of come from behind you carrying the straitjacket.
I think that's about the point where it hits too much for Alice. She just starts backing off the whole situation a step or two. And truth be told, it probably just bolts to her room. She doesn't know what else to do.
As you bolt round the corner, as you hear Lydia and Niall kind of talking to it, communicating essentially what to do. You see, as you're about to disappear into your door, you see Anthony and Christoph coming up the stairs as well.
Nah, she bolts into her room, slams the door behind her, starts rhythmically locking and unlocking the knob several times, and finally just probably claps her hands up over her ears.
After about 10 minutes, there's this eerie silence that just... silent.
She just, by that point, has probably gotten to the point where she's like sitting back to her door, clutching her ears, and when it finally stays silent, slowly peels her hands away. Very possibly wiping tears off her face, because that was too much. It just cocks an ear to the door.
You can just hear Niall calmly directing people upstairs, but there's just silence. Otherwise. It's alright, everyone. Had a bit of excitement. She's got a bit upset. We'll just get her lied down. Step by step. It's all alright. Everything's alright.
No, I think, honestly, Alice will probably spend much of that time that they're settling Ivy back in, just curled up inside her door. Still, back against the wood, but just curled up there.
I gotta make 3 fucking rolls now. You just keep hearing Niall's voice, Alice as well. You just hear, remain calm, everyone. It's alright. Had a bumpy fall. Got a bit excited. We know this is why we have Protocol C, mate. Everything's alright. Ivy's fine. No need to worry. And eventually there's a knock on the door then. Just doot, 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 doot.
She kind of lifts her head up. Who is it?
So only me, love.
I told you it would make it worse.
Not love. That was just... wasn't your fault, love. It's just... instinct got a bit out of hand. She's having a bad week. It's not her fault. It's not your fault. It's my fault. Should have seen it coming.
Just sits there, shaking her head on the inside of the door. Still locked. Like, no. No. That's...
You want to know how I know? Want to know how I know it was my fault? Is you hear him slink down at the door behind you. So, like, from his position, he's trying to figure out so he can almost metaphorically lean back to back with you.
Yeah.
You want
She
to hold
doesn't-
my foot, love?
I mean, he'll feel like a little shifting on the other side, but she's still sitting there. It wasn't.
Would you like no, love? Because I can prove it with the guidelines, sadly.
Fine. How do the
Forgot to put a
guidelines
flower-
say it wasn't my fault?
I forgot to put a flower in her hair, love. Flower means safe. Didn't get a chance to go into town to buy any yet.
Feel like a little thump as her head kind of dunks back against the door. Shouldn't have done it.
Should have put the flower in, but live and learn. It's not your fault, love. This one's on me.
What am I supposed to do? Try again after you get a flower?
Yeah, it works.
You feel her head kind of rocking to the side as she shoots a really skeptical glance at her own door.
My Ivy loves her flowers. All different kinds, especially when they match her hair. She feels safe. It's the greatest thing to feel safe in this world.
A house is supposed to be safe.
It reminds her that she's human, love. Just trying to help. You see him just stand up. What person doesn't like a flower in their hair every day?
I thought the house meant safe, Niall.
Does. Sometimes you just need to be extra safe. Because sometimes nightmare doesn't stop, love. Not for any of us.
Why'd you call her Rebecca?
Takes a breath. Because that's a name, love. As he's walking, you hear walk away.
Where are you going?
Make sure my Ivy's safe. Made a promise. He's walking off.
I feel like I should have made a willpower roll ages ago.
What you rolling willpower for, bud?
No stressful situations set off the schizophrenia.
Depends on your trigger.
Fair enough. She sits there for a hot minute, kind of rubbing her face, pulls back hands with, not a fuck ton by any means, but blood staining on them, kind of grimaces. She finally stands herself up. She won't stop Niall from walking off, but she does stand herself up and take a second to try to, I don't know. Get your breath steady doesn't seem to be quite the term for when you're, not necessarily breathing. But she does take a second and finally pops the lock on the door, thinks about it for a second, opens the door. Goes to move into the bathroom to wash her face and her hands. Is there a mirror over the fucking sink?
I don't know, Tom.
Yes.
No, lovely. All while strenuously trying not to look at the mirror. She'll probably at some point glance up just because that's what one generally does when they're trying to make sure they have something off their face. Recoils kind of violently from the complete lack of herself in the mirror and marches back into her room where there's another mirror and Kind of on impulse, is going to go and wrestle that thing off the wall and just set it on the floor face down because she doesn't fucking like it right now. And wasn't it like a strength check to move that thing? Or can she do it with
The big mirror?
the big one?
If you could take your time to do it, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awkward, but it's not too bad.
Yeah. It's just heavy enough to be a bitch. Yeah, she will lift it down and just leave it lying face down on the carpet because fuck that thing in particular. She'll actually reach out to touch the handle of the shovel stowed behind it again just because. Because it's there. And it is somehow weirdly reassuring to have a random shovel in her wall. And we'll take, honestly, to pacing for a while, checking the doorknob, locking, unlocking, and we'll eventually finally emerge again to kind of ease down the hall, pause to listen at the base of the stairs.
Eerie silence.
To kind of gingerly pick her way up the stairs. Is there anyone stationed out in the hall?
Yep.
How many people are stationed out in the hall at this point?
Just one.
Same as before?
Nope. George is not there. It's one of the triplets.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, my turn, bitch.
Surprise!
Oh, I have her. No Manny Campbell, that name. And just let me see. There is one of them sitting with a computer screen right in front of her, typing away like.
Yeah, Alice eases up the stairs, kind of glances around for where she kicked off her slippers, just to see if they're still there.
Yep, they've been put very neatly against the wall.
Of course they have. Is it still eerily silent besides the clicking?
That you can hear, yes.
Yeah, she'll approach.
Looks up through like the half the blonde hair hides her face.
Can I go in?
Okay. But no loud noises, please.
Just a very small, slow nod.
Door's open.
She will gingerly just go to let herself in and, close the door behind, complete with like holding the knob open until it's in place so there's no click.
I will. You're going to see it actually because I can't get the GIF up on the computer in time. Because Tom already has it.
Yes. I see it.
Parked out in the couch with her wrapped into his chest. as he's kissing the top of her forehead, just rubbing it very softly, is Nylan Ivy.
The only thing is when you see, you kind of walk around, you see Ivy is still wearing the jacket, still wearing the type of muzzle thing over her jaw, and you're
Oh god.
pretty sure by the looks of it, her ankles are bound.
Is she struggling?
Nope.
I'll give this for free since you're in the room, you just hear him. It's alright, love. After all, everything's fine. Came to the wall, rescued you, rescued Polo. Even had a margarita afterwards, love. Remember? She's just rubbing her hair softly.
I'm not gonna lie, Alice was not even remotely mentally prepared for the muzzle. And she actually bulks back. Again, just kind of backpedals.
She doesn't move. Her eyes are closed.
You know what? She just very carefully, quietly lets herself out the same way she let herself in. She just fucking can't. She can't do it.
Like, the last thing you hear is like, that right, lads? All of us here for Ivy, all of us together in one big council, mate. Everyone's here, the gang is here, we're all right. See? Look at that. All agree.
No, she just very gently, in the wake of that, just shuts the door and, like, just shaking her head, just starts walking back down the hall, scoops up her slippers, and heads down the stairs and just kind of stops at the base of them. She just has no idea what the fuck to do with herself. She'll glance over the railing. Is anyone downstairs?
You see Polo sat in his chair.
Oh, Polo. The most reliable thing in her universe right now. Always in the chair. Always.
Just sat there reading a paper. Fine china tea sets out on the table.
Oh, he died. She just kind of starts walking down the stairs because fuck it. This is a solid constant that she can cope with. So yeah, she just walks barefoot down the stairs, toting her slippers.
All right. You walk down the stairs. Polo is still there.
She
He
just
does not seem to move. Just seems turns the page on his paper.
she'll yeah, she'll just go plunk herself down in the seat alongside him. Well, on the couch alongside him, wherever she normally plunks down nearby.
And he drops the paper. Hello.
Hi, Polo.
Smiles. Would you like some tea?
Yeah.
He closes the paper. Actually, folds the corner over, closes the paper, folds it in half, puts it on the arm next to him, leans over, grabs an empty cup, gets the teapot, fills it with tea, pours a bit of milk in it, stirs it, offers it to you.
She will take it, but at this point in her night, shit is a little too surreal. So she will make sure as she accepts the teacup, very politely, that she at least brushes his hand.
And you do, and you instantly feel like the warmth of the teacup. He just smiles, picks up his paper, unfolds it. Tea? Tea
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah, it is. Hello, how are you so calm?
I am always calm.
You are.
Yes.
How?
Because I am calm. I have to be.
Why?
This is what I do.
Is that all you do?
No.
What else do you do?
Lots of things.
And she sits back and sips her tea.
He just sits back, smiles.
And she sits there and just honestly will sit there until she has sipped her way through her tea. And then just kind of sets the cup and saucer, in her lap and just sits there. Kind of zoning. Trying to fucking what?
You are very quiet.
Yep.
Are you always this quiet?
No. Not usually.
Oh. What is wrong?
I think I'm running out of questions.
Why is that?
Because they never get the answers I want them to. I guess.
Ooh. You ask questions but don't like answers. Okay.
This is kind of a helpless shrug.
No, it is okay. You are very young. So naive.
Am I still naive?
Yes,
Like, even now?
yes.
That sucks.
You ask question and don't like answer.
I mean, I guess at least I get an answer?
Yes. But it's not what you do. It is what you do with answer. Or you can sit here and whine and moan and pull sad face. Or you can adapt. Learn to deal with problem.
Kind of gives Polo the weirdest look. The font of wisdom Polo has activated, and she's not sure how to cope with that either.
You see, when I have locked door, what would you do? Would you turn and walk away?
Probably go looking for a key.
You see, you go look for key. Polo kick door down.
That is also a solution, I guess.
And that is what works for Polo. And it also works for Anthony and for Christoph. But that is different matter.
Oh,
You see problem? I see solution. But instead, you go looking for key, and you never find because you don't know what key it is. Do you know what key look like?
no,
Do you know what key fit?
no.
Do you even know if it has a key?
There's finally a helpless shrug. She's starting to kind of weakly grin because it's a pretty good question. She just shakes her head. No,
You see?
maybe I should get a universal key.
This universal key, very good. Works on many lock. I have 2 universal keys.
You have two?
Different kind of door needs different key.
What's the other one?
Oh, you will see it one day.
Can't tell me about it?
No, secret.
It's a secret. Why would I see it?
Because I may need to use it.
What would you use it on?
A door.
Thought you said a different kind of problem.
Yes. Different kind of
door?
problem, but different solution. You see, this one, as he reaches under the table, and you hear the kind of snap, like, you know, the plastic snappers.
Yep.
And he pulls out ridiculously large bolt cutters that look like a cut through fucking 3-inch chains. This is good for chains. You're good for fences. Good for many things. What if I wanted to get through, see, that door? Points to the kitchen door, which is, you know, kind of a swing door. It will be no good.
I guess not.
You see? That is where other key comes in. Other key very good at those doors.
There's kind of a brow quirk.
Smiles and nods. Sage nod. You see? As he stands up. Sometimes you need to be precise. With universal key. Plonks him on the table. Boom. Sometimes you just need to get in. And he reaches underneath. You know, kind of one of the desks over to the side, just kind of next to the stairs. And he reaches under, and you hear kind of like something heavy just kind of shunk. And he pulls out effectively. Have you ever seen the police battering rams?
Oh God.
It's like the one man
The
battering
literal
ram.
breach kit.
Yep.
Oh God.
Just kind of hefts it in 2 hands because it's pretty heavy. Sometimes you really need to get in.
I'm seeing that. So what's the universal key for a door that isn't physical? What's the universal key for a door in your head? Or someone else's head?
You see? I think, how do Polo get through door? I use either this, halves up the battering ram, or this, points at the bolt cutters. These are my tools. What are your tools?
I'm not feeling especially well equipped right now.
You don't know your tools. Find your tools. And if you need to open door in head, there's many tools. I like .33 caliber.
Polo, when's the last time I told you you're a saint?
Shrugs.
Well, this is the new last time. You're a fucking saint.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
He whistles, kind of like puts two fingers in his mouth, whistles like, I can't do it because it's loud, but no,
Oh, God,
whistles.
Please don't ever do that into a microphone if you love anyone in your life.
And you see Lydia coming out, and he hands her the battering ram, and he whispers in her ear, and as she takes it, just kind of like, thump. She kind of hefts it up, and she kind of waddles off into another room, down the hall.
Blink.
And he sits back down, sips his tea, takes his paper. See? You just need to think. Then you know.
Okay.
He lifts up his paper, kind of wafts it around a bit, starts reading it again.
And Alice has to take a beautiful, beautiful moment to appreciate the font of wisdom that is Polo. And yeah, she will finally set her teacup and the saucer back on the table. And pull in a breath she totally doesn't need to steel herself, and will get herself up. And take a moment. Glance after the way Lydia went.
All right. You follow where you think Lydia went.
I mean, she'll kind of follow the little bit that she knows, glance down the hall or whatever is there.
Yep. There is doors.
Is this the hall with the library?
It is.
She's going in.
Right, you go in the library. It's a library.
Just because she's... Why the fuck not? She goes to the numerous files. Just because she's curious. She looks for the R files. Because why not?
Right, you find the R's.
She will scan through for Rebecca and see if there's anything besides a categorical fucking encyclopedic collection of the origins of the name Rebecca.
You find that.
Is there anything else in there?
There's a few examples of famous people named Rebecca, dating back to about the 1990s.
That is not what she wants. Don't know. She'll flick through the file because...
You get lots of information like, where does the name Rebecca come from? It comes from like blah, 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 late Latin, something to do with Greece, la, 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 16th century, goes on, this person named Rebecca, she did this, this famous person named Rebecca, she did this. Different kinds of spellings of Rebecca, where they came from.
Yeah, it's the scanning like flick to see if there's anything different than the cobbled together stuff that is in every other file. See if there's anything taped to any of the pages, anything like on the file folder, but she will make kind of a cursory check of it. She's not going to sit here and read the entire thing.
I mean, it looks like basically what you'd expect a Wikipedia page to look like, but it's in printed form.
Yep. She indulged the impulse. She closes that fucking drawer again. Right. Nope. Just gonna do it. I'm gonna. Yep. Goes back out of the library. Heads back up the first set of stairs. Pauses for a moment to kind of think on it. Heads back up the second set of stairs. Doesn't have any particularly useful props or items to bring with her. And we'll go to quietly let herself in again. She could totally do this.
When you get up the stairs, the blonde girl is unconscious on the floor.
Blink.
See, her face is busted open pretty badly.
He is going to walk over and initially... Is the door open?
Nope.
Okay. Theoretically, maybe a good sign? Oh, she will go up to check her, like... Make
Her
sure
jaw
she's
is
okay.
broken.
Check. Ooh.
Her jaw is broken and her nose is shattered. Something hit her with a lot of force.
And there are no turns to this hallway or anything, right?
Nope.
Okay. So yeah, she'll go check on her, make sure she's still, like, breathing and shit.
She is. She's just fucking unconscious. Laptop is smashed and everything.
Jesus. Okay, no.
Quite violently smashed, actually.
Oh, Jesus.
Like someone literally punctured something through it and then kicked the fucking screen off.
Oh. Okay.
You can hear bustling inside the door. Then I'll give that to you for free.
Yeah,
If there's someone's trying to hoist something up.
Yeah, she's gonna open the door.
You open the door.
Yep.
You see a bloody shovel.
Oh. Is there anyone attached to the bloody shovel?
Nope. That's all you see. That's the first thing you see when you come in. It's like someone just actually dropped it.
Hey, Niall? Like, a cautious step in is taken?
The bustling noise stops.
Glancing towards where the bustling came from?
The couch. It's pitch black.
The TV's off?
Yep.
Niall, are you okay?
Silence.
Oh, please don't. Niall, please tell me you're okay.
Silence. It's weird. Ivy isn't there anymore.
Or at least I can't see her.
You get close to the couch, she's gone. And Niall. But there is bloody footprints on the ground, and then they just vanish.
Not gonna lie, I'm not sure how far into the room she's going to go initially. She is going to stand in the doorway for a hot second. Going to very delicately reach in. Take the bloody shovel.
Oh. You reach and put your hand on the shovel. A foot immediately just bam right in your hand, like curb stomps down.
There will be a startled yelp of pain.
Niall like appears. What you doing? Who are you? What do you want? You looking for Ivy?
How do you not know who I am?
Listen, love. I mean it. You here
Huh?
looking for Ivy?
I was gonna check on Ivy
Why?
because she was in a bad way, and that's what you do with people you care about. Could you not be standing on my hand right now? It really hurts.
How do I know you care about her? Prove it, love.
I-
List it off. I want examples. I
What?
want dates. I want names. Specific times. I want it all. Now.
What? Try to wrench your hand out from under his foot because, nope. Try to just kind of like wrench her hand out, like backpedal back out through the door for a second just to get some distance.
He lets you wrenched it out, but he's going to be very naughty. Willpower there, Alice.
Current or total? Actually, I don't even know if they're different. Hold on.
It's current.
Current is 4. Not
Stop.
bueno.
Stop, love. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 4. It's 5. 5 successes. Stop, love.
I assume she does in fact stop whether she wants to or not.
Yep. Picks up the shovel, puts it over his shoulder. Now listen, love. I'm going to walk out of this room with Ivy. If you follow me, again, the guidelines are going to get broken, love. I don't like that.
No,
If you care about Ivy, you're going to list off 5 different examples to prove to me that you are who you say you are, love. I want 5. Not 4, not 3, not 25, 5.
5 examples of who I am?
And why, and who you are to Ivy, love. 5.
Okay. Can she move at all?
I think, yeah, once the effect is, you just stop. He's standing in front of the doorway with that bloody shovel in his hand.
Okay. I'm her child. This one.
Holds up his finger, right here. Closes the door, locks it. Walks into the darkness. You hear a howling noise as he literally, not aggressively, very delicately, has Ivy right by his shoulder, walking over towards you with Ivy still in the muzzle. Points at us. Is she your child?
Is Ivy even conscious?
Tom.
She nods.
All right. You passed step 1. Number 2.
I've lived here for... She kind of pauses for a second to think about it. 9 months now?
Looks at Ivy.
Nods.
Nods to himself. Looks to his left. Nods to himself. Grips the shovel tighter. Nods to himself. Step 3.
She kind of blinks and starts kind of thinking. For what it's worth, she's not trying to bolt or anything. She's just taken sideways by the question. She took care of me while my mother was in the hospital. And kind of want to take care of her in return. It's only fair.
How do I know you're not one of them?
I don't know who them is.
Show me your back.
The eyebrows kind of pop up for a second, but she quickly turns around and will
Yep.
even like reach back, like
He
do the
slams,
crisscross.
he slams the shovel down quite aggressively. Show me your fucking back.
She's literally, as she's spinning, reaching down to grab like the hem of her shirt and pulls it all the way up to like over her shoulders.
It's weird. You've never seen Niall be so fucking aggressive.
She has not.
Stares into... You said hospital. Which one?
She doesn't turn back around. She just names whatever general hospital it was. The one that Ivy works at.
Boston?
Yes.
What? Alice. He immediately relaxes. Just bam. Right. Alright. Last question. Do you know who her mother is?
You see her doing that, kind of that thing where you look kind of down and off to the side when you're really trying to pull something off. As I consult my fucking notes to make sure I get this right. I'm not sure. Was it Frost?
Clenches. You know her name?
I didn't know it was her. I just told me the name.
What you know about her?
I'm trying to remember if I knew about her being doped up on heroin in character or if it was just out of character. Fuck.
You had the freaky vision where she was sticking needles into her arms, and you're pretty sure you've heard her mention it before. So I would say, yeah, you could probably put two and two together, but you're not entirely sure.
I think I know that she was dosing her with something. And I assume that's where she got the tattoo. And I'm...
Oh dear.
pretty... Oh boy. Everybody's rolling.
That was close. That was really close.
That was even closer.
Yep. Oh boy, that would have been bad. So the shovel, you see that, Alice, you just see Niall starting to shake.
I mean, she's glancing back over her shoulder. She can only half see, and actually in the dark she literally can't.
You know about that, do you?
I mean,
You there? Were you
No.
there?
no.
Prove it.
I have no idea where it was. I didn't even know that was actually the name. I don't know when it happened. How can I prove I wasn't there?
Right. You check out. You pass. But I'm watching you, love. Nobody touches Ivy till I say so, right?
Okay.
Blinks. Shakes his head, closes his eyes, and starts banging the side of his head. Right, it's Alice, yes. Alice, it's all coming back. It's Alice. I had to check. Sorry, love. I had to check. It's bad. I'm getting Ivy out. Mum. I mean, he just holds Ivy.
I thought you wanted her to be up here.
It's compromised, love.
That's one of her family that I assume you
is.
kicked the shit out of.
She didn't answer the questions, love. She had laptop, love.
Yeah, most people do.
Puts the fucking shovel on the ground, on the with the blade end. She was tracing something, love. And I asked her, she wouldn't tell me. How do I know they're not them? Give 5 simple questions, love. You answer them, why couldn't she?
I don't know. I wasn't up here, but
Points inside of his head. Exactly. And we're getting it down in the basement. If you're trustworthy, you'll make sure the way's clear.
oh god. Okay. Just let me go ahead then.
You see him panicking, like he's pacing up and down, holding on to Ivy, checking that she's there, checking the corners, turning with the shovel almost aggressively at something. Like he's
Okay.
wigged the fuck out. It's like I said, you've never seen Nala this erratic before.
Okay. I'm gonna do exactly what you said, alright?
Just make sure she's safe. It's the rule. It's the rule.
Okay. She will try to very carefully let herself out of the room. Close the door very quietly behind her. And scoop up whichever one of the triplets that's supposed to be today. And kind of gingerly pick her way down the stairs. Check the hall.
Clear.
Okay. She's going to go ahead and head down the second set of stairs.
Polo's there, sat in his chair reading his paper.
Yeah, hey, Polo? I have a complication.
She's hurt?
Yep, yeah. Can you please... She kind of makes a gesture like, please take this.
He folds the corner edge on his paper, folds it in half again, puts it down on the table next to his chair, stands up, walks over, looks at her face. He puts his hand on her jaw, and kind of moves it around. You can see there's clearly there's a few teeth missing on the left side.
Oh.
There, you can even see like the way the bone moves. It's kind of like doesn't fit back into place. He just kind of moves it around. It's like, and then suddenly jolts it to the left and.
Ew. There's
Well,
bracing.
While she's still in your arms,
This thing starts to writhe in pain.
he looks at her nose, twists it slightly, looks at it. It kind of wipes a bit of blood off with his t-shirt. Pinches the end of her nose, and with the knuckle of his index finger and his thumb, And then again, you just hear as he snaps it back in place.
It's another kind of sympathetic. Ugh.
The one known as Zoe rides a bit in your arms, Alice.
Yeah, she's clutching. Polo, I really need you to take her and get out of sight for a little bit.
Oh,
Thank you.
you just said fix it, so I did.
I appreciate that that is exactly what you did, but now what I really need is for you to take her and make sure that you and her are out of sight and not
Cool.
on the way to the basement, okay?
Why?
Can I just say because Niall said so?
Oh. Did Ivy say so?
She kind of tilts her head thoughtfully. Not technically, but it is what we really need to happen for her to be safe.
She's in danger?
Not right now, no. She
Oh.
will feel safer. Niall and her will feel safer if everyone is just out of the way. Please. And she will kind of hold poor Zoe out, like, please.
He takes it from you. Looks down at her. Nods to himself. He starts walking off into the kitchen.
I'll tell you when it's clear. And yeah, she'll move on in the direction of the basement to see if there's anyone else out in the open, and I'm sure there is.
There is.
Oh, God damn it.
Listen, Christoph, mate. A shotgun is better than a revolver. We've had this argument already. Revolver is better. Mate, a shotgun is better than a revolver.
Hi, guys.
They both pulled their guns on you again.
Just, you know what? This has already happened once tonight.
Oh, love. Answer the perfect iPhone 7. There's
Blink.
a bit of blood on the side of it.
She's not even going to question it right now. She just blinks it into her fucking pocket. Is it on? More
Yeah.
importantly, oh God. For
Got-
the moment,
It's got a picture of a man and his wife there. They look very happy.
she is just going to turn it off. For the moment, say thank you. And shove it in her pocket. And reorient on the two of them. You need to clear the way to the basement.
Why? What's wrong?
Niall wants the way clear to the basement.
What exactly did he say? That we need confirmation.
What exactly he said is that he is taking Ivy to the basement to be safe. And he needs the way to be clear. Doesn't want to see anyone on his way down.
They both turn and look at each other and say at the exact same time, Code Indigo.
You know what? She's not even going to question it.
They lock and load, and they just seem to just move off into the shadows.
I mean, do they get out of sight? It's really
Yeah,
much.
they literally just move past you, and they just seem to go off into separate corners. It's really eerie. They just seem to like Anthony climbs out a window, Christoph just goes down the hallway. You just hear him.
Climbs out a window. What the fuck? She doesn't. She just kind of nods, like, you know what? Fuck it. That works. I'll take it. And she will start on her way back upstairs.
How do you enter that room, Katie? Do you remember the knock?
She knocks 5 times, pauses, knocks 5 times.
Swings this door open. Niall, with Ivy attached to him almost. Head comes out like a ferret.
It's clear. I'll walk ahead if you want.
No. Need you to double check the back. Behind me,
back?
love.
Oh, okay.
Behind me, love. Behind me, love. Behind me. Right? Because you see, we're every fucking where. Opens the door, hauls Ivy under his shoulder, begins walking really quickly.
She will wait until he has gotten a good shovel length and an arm reach away, and then
Stops
follow.
by the start of the stairs, pokes his head over, turns and looks at Ivy. Commando nods. They begin to run down the stairs.
Okay. She continues to follow.
Stops by the second flight of stairs, checks left, checks right, shovel raised, nods, holds Ivy's hand, runs down the stairs.
And again, she just follows.
Gets to the basement, holds Ivy in, turns, checks left, checks right, checks 360, looks at you. Go into your room, love. Close the door, make sure you're not followed. Triple check it, love.
It's not what she said before.
This time it's different, love. This time they're everywhere, you see? Because, like, I know. Because I see them all. Everywhere. It's all in there, love. This time, if you want to keep safe, lock your door. Don't answer anything until I knock 5 times tomorrow morning. Alright? 5 times.
Most betrayed look ever.
You grab her very carefully. Alice, love.
Yeah.
I can't let you in because I'm not sure if you're real.
You're grabbing me.
Am I?
Yeah. You said that's how you know. Don't you trust the guidelines?
Do you, love? Because how'd you know I'm the real now?
Glances down at his hand.
It's through you.
Proceeds to freak the fuck out. Summarily.
Niall comes through the basement, shovel raised, like, what? You know, swings like a fucking Japanese jiu-jitsu master.
Nope. She is... you know what? I'm rolling for that. I don't even give a shit.
Yeah?
Nope. That is officially the last straw.
By all means, roll. You pass.
She passes. She's still freaking the fuck out. Literally, like, screams when she realizes the hand is through her chest.
Niall screams back at you. Timon and Pumbaa style. Like, ah!
She will, like... I don't know. I'm gonna roll 1d2 on this, because I don't know which to go for. That is 1d10, and I'm an idiot. Autopilot is strong. But she just reaches out and, like, tries to grab him. Like, whatever is closest. She just tries to touch him.
Doesn't stop you. Gets a bit... But you grab him, that feels solid contact. Love!
Oh,
You're right.
God.
You right?
No.
What are you doing? Come on, we gotta get fucking inside, love. Ivy's panicking. Come on. Get in the fucking bunker. Go! Go! Go, did you go, love? Just
runs. Fucking runs. I don't know what to do.
Slams the fucking door and
Panicking.
proceeds to lock it then. And as
Yeah.
Niall unleashes the doomsday bunker of Clan Malkavian with Alice and Ivy sitting there, this is where the scene will end.